Hello, so this video is going to be kind of some basic troubleshooting that I'm seeing on the forums. So there are four main points that I want to talk about. The first one is how to create your own thread. The next one is the two-person rule, or the minimum, to make sure that you're getting full credit for your posts. The general idea of also responding to questions, and then the 3-sentence max. So I want to make sure that we're clear on all these things. So first off, creating a thread. So rather than replying to my thread in your introduction or posting your introduction as a reply to mine, you need to create your own thread so that way we can track how many people are replying to you and how your thread is going. So when you do that, normally there'll be some items here that'll list out what's going on. You'll see your fellow students' names here, but you just want to go up to here, click Create Thread. You'll give your name, and so in the thread specifically that we're talking about right now is the introduction. So introduction. Go in here, we put hello. My name is Lydia, and then you sign it. Now you want to be very careful to make sure that when you are doing this, that you're following the actual description of the assignment. So when you go into course content and you go into week 1 for the discussion activities, I have a list of items that you must hit. If you don't hit each and every one of those items, you will lose points. And this is a very simple list of things to put in your introduction, so there's no reason to lose points on this. It's set up to be a very kind of straightforward answer these points, and most of you guys have done really, really well, and I've been really impressed so far. But just a few of you are struggling a little bit, and so I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we go here, and then we hit submit, and then you can see this is what your new thread will look like. So just make sure that rather than going in and replying, you don't want your introduction to be a subset of someone else's. You want your introduction to be your own introduction. The next thing is a 2-person minimum. So let's go to the course content so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're in the course content. We go to the weekly discussion activity information. So for the weekly discussion, what you need to see is these 2 points right now as far as the introduction. So in order to interact with the other students, you need to post at least 2 questions. But one of the things that I want to make sure is that everyone is getting equal questions, that we're not basically focusing on one person's introduction. So only the first 2 questions to that person's introduction will count towards your meeting the minimum. So this means the 3rd and 4th question and so on and so forth will not count towards your 2-question minimum. So I know there's at least one person right now that has 6 or 7 so far questions to their post, and that means that while it's really great that you guys are interacting with that person, you're having a great time, but only the first 2 questions to that introduction will count for credit. So just kind of be aware of that. On the same note, it would be really nice if you guys would make sure to respond to the questions that are asked of you. Don't just ask questions. Make sure to interact with people. Part of the reason why we're doing this is to help you pick out teammates. And if you're not interacting with people, it's going to be really hard and really challenging for you to pick out people that you think you're going to work well with when you do your group project. So get in there and respond to questions that people ask you, and keep the discussion moving. And then the last thing that I want to point out is the attendance. I will be a stickler on this and anything else. When I have these maximums, it's for a reason. So one of the things I want to point out to you is that there is a maximum on all of these, on every single one of these attendance assignments, that is a 3-sentence max. And if you look in here, it says run-on sentences will be counted as multiple sentences. So basically what happens is when you post a run-on sentence, or you post 4 or 5 sentences, you will get a 0 for that assignment. So it's very important that you learn to make sure to write concisely, and none of these should take more than 3 sentences. If you're doing more than 3 sentences, to me, that says that you probably haven't read the information and are able to digest it. And if you're having trouble getting your idea to 3 sentences or less, contact me so we can solve that problem. So if y'all have any other questions, please make sure to contact me and let me know. Other than that, you guys are doing really well, and I'm really enjoying seeing what you guys are posting, and I hope you guys have a great evening.